He's trying to walk to the net. Comes in. He scores! And it's a goal! He shoots and scores!
Welcome to Pittsburgh's DSEN Pens Weekly Update with Scott and Ken. We're here to talk all things Pittsburgh Penguins. I'm one of your hosts, Ken Craig. I'm here with your other host, Scott. What's going on?
How we doing, Ken? It's a beautiful Wednesday afternoon. I'll say
Well,
it's snowing out here in Canada. Snowing.
Wow. Okay. Well, it's probably more beautiful than here. It's rainy and kind of gross looking, actually. And speaking of gross, we have a few things to cover. We have a few things to cover here at Pens Weekly Update. And you know how we do things if you're a listener. If not, if you're new to the show, what we like to do is kind of break things up into 2 or 3 main segments here. But this week we're gonna cover a few things. We're gonna cover the initial 9 games in November. We're gonna cover divisional updates and rest of month predictions. If you're new here to Pittsburgh's DSEN as a whole, check out our website, pgh.dsen. We're 24/7 radio and lifestyle programming, and please subscribe to our YouTube. We give all real-time interviews and updates on all Pittsburgh sports, but we're here to talk Pittsburgh Penguins. So I kind of opened it up with the ugly side of it, Scott. It's this November hockey has been quite unpleasant. I think we were both a little kind of real. We were realists in our predictions for November, right? Yep. But we were not pessimistic enough.
Nope, no, not at all. Well, I think we went 6. We were supposed to go 6-6. We both went 6-6 in our predictions on the last episode, and safe to say that has not been the case, Ken. Oh my God.
No, it's so as of we're sitting right now, and we have a game tonight against Buffalo. But as we're sitting right now, our record's 10-6-5. We have 25 points. So the last 9, we've played 9 games in November. We have captured 7 points. 7 points of a potential 18 points in November so far. So it has been, and I think part of our first segment here, we're going to talk about head coach Dan Muse and his response to the last loss against Seattle on Saturday. And then also injuries right now. I know you had a article that you just put out. Do you want to go over the injuries right now?
Yeah, so they're actually getting a little healthier. As of today's game against Buffalo, they're getting Tristan Jarry back. He's going to be between the pipes tonight, which means probably Murashov's first little kick at it is over. He'll probably be sent down to Wilkes today. I'd say within the next hour. I bet you Ken, they'll probably release that.
Yeah.
And then Billy Koivunen back off injury reserve. He'll be in the lineup tonight. No Ben Kindle tonight. They're going to be without Ben Kindle with this development plan. He has been playing a lot of games straight, so the kid probably does need a good rest. And then we know Brazos and Raquel are still skating right now in non-contact before practices. I know Brazos skated in the optional this morning. Still in his white no contact. Achari's in his white no contact. So they're getting healthier. They're skating. They're still in the rehab process, but I'm pretty sure, as Muser would say, it's probably still status quo as of right now. Jari's had a schedule. Clearly, I don't know. I still don't know the significance of what happened with his injury, but clearly he's good enough to be back now. So they have a logjam in goal, and I'll say throwing him against the Wolves and a team where notoriously there's some guys that score a lot against him. I don't think it's smart, but you know what? It's good to have some bodies back. So that's kind of what we're dealing with right now. But down in Wilkes, Rucker McGroarty's back, and Yoel Blomqvist is back. Blomqvist has been playing pretty good so far. McGroarty's got 2 goals, 2 magnificent goals down there. My goodness. The end-to-end shorthanded breakaway, and then a big breakaway goal for his first game back. So Okay, Kenny might be coming up soon.
His end-to-end goal had me about to run through a wall.
Yeah.
That had me so fired up.
Yeah.
So happy to see him back and skating well, and he looks like he's flying out there right now. So
Oh, okay.
I really hope that we see him called up here soon. Obviously, his conditioning and getting his game back is most important before he comes up,
Yeah.
because the NHL is a completely different ball game. So
Well, and he had no training camp. Let's not forget that.
yeah,
No training camp. And people are thinking, why is he not up? Why is he not up? Well, I'll tell you right now why he's not up. He had no training camp. He's rusty, coming off a foot injury. That's not easy for a player to come back from. So the fact he's playing this well so far, that's great. Just give him a couple more weeks and he'll be up with the team for sure.
one more that I know you didn't mention, only because he's been kind of day to day, but Brian Rust, who was out the past 2 days of practice with a sickness, he's in tonight.
He's in tonight.
So you'll see him in the lineup. Also, we have a new guy in the lineup tonight against Buffalo. Tristan Braz.
Some bros. Let's say the guy we've been talking about, Ken, behind off the camera there. The guy we've been waiting for. Finally, he's a well-deserved call-up. I think he's gonna show some flash tonight. It would have been nice to see him with Kindle. I won't lie. It could have been nice to see a Novak Bros Kindle line, but unfortunately, he'll be probably paired with Koivunen and Novak tonight, which still is a great line. But yeah, no, I'm so excited to see how he does. Gonna be a big first game for the kid at home. I don't know. I'm feeling it tonight. I think he's going to score tonight, Ken.
You think so? Okay.
I think he's going to score.
I like it. He has a crowd coming in. His family's coming in.
Yeah.
This is his first true NHL game. We've seen a lot of these this year, and it's been part of the kind of Penguins experience in our attempt to get younger. And I've been personally, as a fan, I enjoy it. As a reporter, it's fun. Right? Like, it's fun to see these kids or these young men grow into their NHL career. So, both ways, I'll take it every day. I love seeing, these guys get a new opportunity. So let's jump into our first segment. I think I want to make sure that we discuss this, right? So let's talk November hockey, and let's make sure we discuss head coach Dan Muse's response to Saturday's loss against Seattle. They lost 2-3 in overtime. 3-2 in overtime. Sorry, to Seattle Kraken. It was a game where we were coming off a loss to Minnesota Wild, where we got absolutely smoked, 5-0. We had a goalie change in that game where Shilovs came out and Marishov came in to relieve him in the beginning of the second period. We look like we hadn't played hockey in 2 weeks. We looked like a team that was tired and just unprepared. Going into Saturday against Seattle, we looked a little better. I think on paper, and watching the game, you may think okay, we're competing, but there's a big difference right now in the season. We're not at the beginning of the season anymore. This isn't the first 2 weeks of October. We've missed a massive opportunity for points, in November, and to have back-to-back losses like that and walk away with only 1 point out of a potential 4.
It's a gut punch.
It's a gut punch, and to lose like that, it's ugly.
Well, yeah, I mean, have the puck the entire overtime, and one chance is all they needed. It's pretty infuriating, honestly. Especially as a team, they're 0-5 in overtime. You cannot be 0-5 in overtime with the personnel you have on the ice.
No, and it's almost like they're waiting. And I think they did this on Saturday, where, like you said, they had the puck the whole time, but had how many shots? Right? It's like they're always trying to make that extra pass, or wait for that extra pass, and it's like sometimes you got to put it on net, right? And the vast majority of their, those type of goals are coming from a rebound or a scrum in front of the net, right? And put it on net and let the team work. nothing drives me more crazy than when they try to make an extra pass or when they try to make, they skate around the puck until someone loses it just because they're trying to find that extra man open. It drives me insane.
They do it all the time. I don't understand how a team could pass so much. Good things happen when you put the puck on net, and as hockey players, they reiterate this over and over again. Good things happen when you shoot the puck, and
Yep.
they need to do that more. They don't do it enough.
And
The continuous thing I see is they get outshot a lot in games.
they do. And we were talking here in our before we started recording about high danger opportunities, right?
Yep.
And we are in the bottom 5 of high danger shots against. Now that's obviously right. Like high danger shot are qualified. If you're looking at a net, right? Like it's right around the front of the net in that kind of slot, right? And
I'd say right between the hash marks and from the hash marks and below, that's high danger right there. From that
like
point, that's considered.
like almost like a rectangle, and then like just a little bit out. And the fact that we're giving up 62 high danger shots so far this season, and I found this stat because I was looking up high danger shots for us, right? And I'm thinking like we got to be up there in high danger chances for, because it feels like every game where you have 5 or 6 missed opportunities right in front of the net. And we're at 52, so we're letting up, we're -10 in high danger chances, for versus against. So we're letting up more than we have right now, and we're definitely not capitalizing. We're definitely not capitalizing on the opportunities.
No.
I feel like we're letting up a lot of opportunities there. And rebounds. I mean, we have 13.5% of goals coming off rebounds. That's not good, right? I mean, that's
No.
I mean, I know it's top 15 in the league, but could be way higher. Could be way
100%.
higher. Way higher. I think we have, what is the numbers here for rebounds? All right, so we have 5 goals off of rebounds. We have 59 rebound shots. No, 55 rebound shots for.
And only 5 goals.
Yeah, with 5 goals.
5 goals. So a lot of rebound shots are not scoring.
Yeah, and we have 59 against and have let up 4. So while we're at 13.5%, we're giving up about 10%. So 10% of the rebounds that we're giving up are going in the net. So that's not horrible.
No.
It's in the top quadrant, or I guess like the top 12 of the league. So it's not terrible, but we could definitely improve on that, especially with some of the players we have.
I'd say so.
Like the big bodies like Mantha and Brad.
The Witherspoon.
Yeah.
He's a big guy.
Sidney Crosby in front of the net. Those kind of players that should be in there and digging those out to put those in the net. But I think our high danger opportunities, high danger shots for and high danger scoring chances, we need to maximize on that. I did a little assessment in the game against Seattle, and we had, half a dozen or so. I think it was actually 7 or 8 shots in the high danger zone that missed the net completely, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have no clue how that happens. I get it, right? Like your shot comes off the stick wrong or whatnot, but I know Mantha missed an open net. The puck like hit his stick, and I think the way it came off his stick was like it just went right to the net. And Heinen had a shot where he was driving down and just missed the net high. That as a coach, I could see that just drives him, head coach Dan Muse, crazy.
Yeah, I could tell some of the things they're doing in general are driving him crazy. To say the least, I think he's fed up with it. I think he's had enough.
And you wrote a good article on it, right? And your article was coming off the back of his press conference on Saturday when he absolutely sent a message to the team
Yeah.
that, and I'll let you talk to it, but the basis of it was it reminded me of old school Steelers of the standard is the standard, right? And
Yep.
we need to play to our standard. So tell us a little bit about his press conference.
Yeah, so it's safe to say, Ken, he was not one happy human being. From the moment he walked into that press conference to the moment he left, I don't think there was one smirk, smile, or any sort of happy fiber in his body in that press conference.
No,
Safe to say, I think that what's going on with the team right now and their habits, he's had enough, and I think he's going. I would hope he's going to start holding guys accountable, because based off of kind of what he said, I think that's going to be something that is a reoccurring theme now. Um, I know obviously there's I won't mention any players specifically just because it's kind of a team thing right now, but there are some players out there that are doing some pretty silly things that I think he wants to clean up a bit, and I think it comes off the back of they're losing out on points, and he continued in his press conference. He reiterated points. We need points badly, and he doesn't care if it's a loser point or not. That's not a moral victory at all for this team, and 2 points is what he wants, and I like it because he's going to push this team to get those 2 points. And like you said, the first practice after, people, reporters were talking about how it sounded like day one of training camp, where he had his guys at full impact, full energy, having them going. His voice was like at the top as notch possible. So clearly, it's triggered a whole new level of where he wants his team to be. Obviously, again, you can use injuries as an excuse, but like I said in my article, injuries, it's a next man up mentality, and they're not getting that. They're not getting what a good team should be getting out of their players that are coming up from the injuries is production. They're not getting production, and I think it comes from poor management choices, poor deployment on certain players that shouldn't be deployed at all. And it all kind of circles down to why they're losing games, and they're losing out on points of why they only have 7 of 18 with 3 games left in this month. And if they manage to, lose tonight's game to Buffalo and then lose out with Columbus and Toronto, like you're in some serious trouble at that point. And I'd have to take a look at where do you go? Do you look at making a trade for someone to come in and make an impact, or because at this point I think his bubble is going to burst soon. I think it bursted there, but not fully. He held back, like we talked about. He held back. You could tell he said a lot of things he didn't. There's a lot of things he didn't say that he probably wanted to say, and there's levels to where he wants his team to be, and they're nowhere near. And you could tell he's just so disappointed with it. But it's kind of just been the standard of what Penguins hockey has been for the past 3 years. They've missed the postseason, where the old habits are kind of creeping back, and it's scary. I can't lie, especially with a team that has so much potential to make the playoffs. And
yeah, and
in
it's
an Eastern Conference that's so open for the taking.
it's so open and it's so competitive, right? It's super tight right now. And the Pens right now, we have 2 games versus Washington. So Washington's right just north of us with 26 points. They're a game ahead of us as well. After tonight, we'll be no, they're 2 games ahead of us. They play
All the teams are 2 games ahead, so we have 2 games in hand. We got to make them up.
It looks like Carolina and New Jersey are 22 games, but either way, we'll say we're 2 games behind right now, but with 25 points, we are currently sitting 5th in the division, behind Carolina, New Jersey, the Islanders, and Capitals. Capitals are 26 points. We are tied with Philadelphia with 25. We're also tied with Columbus Blue Jackets with 25, and just ahead of the Rangers at 24. So there's 1 point differential between the New York Rangers, who were in 8th place, and
A fifth
all
place.
the teams that are in 5th place. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's 3 teams tied there. So,
tight.
yeah, it's tight, and that just shows one win can take us, up a few spots, and
A loss can take us down a few spots.
yeah, Carolina has 30 points. They lose 1 or 2, and we win 1 or 2, right? Like that. This entire division can go up and down every day.
Yep.
I think what's most important though is while we had a hot start in October,
Yep.
that's been carrying us through November.
Pretty much. The only reason they're still in it.
Yeah, and we instead of building on that, instead of building on the 18-point October that we had, we're sitting here in November with only 7 additional points. And that if you keep playing like that, pretty soon it's going to be a wash, and we're going to be sitting here at the end of December with, a handful of points. So it's not going to be pretty.
Nope.
And I know a lot of fans are saying, we're playing better, we're playing good. That doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's not good enough.
Right. And if
Not good enough to where they should be and they deserve to be.
If we're going to be a competitor this year, we cannot, have, an entire month where we get, under 10 points like that. That's not a successful blueprint. So, I agree with head coach Dan Muse. After I know I called you after the press conference, and standing in that press conference, you can almost feel like the anger kind of seeping out of him, right? As soon as you walked in, and Dan Muse is someone who wears his you could tell he wears his feelings on his sleeve, right? You could tell he you kind of know your place in his world. And I appreciate that. And I think as Pittsburgh fans, I think we appreciate seeing a coach that holds their team accountable to that. And so, every fan of the Penguins should be able to watch that and have some appreciation for how he's driving this team.
I certainly do.
Yeah, and you can see the other writers in Pittsburgh as well talk about how that was one of the better press conferences we've had from a coach, and how it was, it was fiery and emotionally charged. It was, we were all in that press room like, damn,
Wow.
and yeah, and it. I hope the players heard that. I really do. So what's next? We'll see how they respond. I
think tonight says a lot. Tonight will say a lot about where they're at and mentally, and where they're at after all of the fallout of that. Because that's hard to respond to. Like, you gotta a win. You gotta respond with a win to that without a shadow of a doubt.
And I think against Minnesota, I could be wrong here, but I believe he started the conversation with like he didn't really even have conversations with the players yet after the Minnesota loss, right? And it was kind of like what am I gonna say? They're professionals, right?
Yeah.
And that loss, and then coupled with this one, I think tonight it's all about the response tonight against Buffalo. And Buffalo, like you mentioned it too, we're going against Tage Thompson. He's a Penguin killer. Buffalo has been, what are they right now? They are
second last in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, 9-9-4.
They can put the puck in the net. They just put 9 up against Chicago a couple of nights back. Do not underestimate this team.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's the problem. Nine goals.
That's wild. That is absolutely wild. Tage is basically their top scorer, has top points. They have 2 goaltenders, Lyon and Luukkonen. Not sure who's going to be in net tonight, but
probably Pekka Luukkonen will be in net tonight. would imagine. I don't think it's going to get the nod.
Yeah, I imagine so too. He's 3-2-1 with a 2.6 goals against and a .897 save percentage right now. Jari's going to be in net. He's 5-2-0 with one shutout, 2.6 goals against, and .911 save percentage. So hopefully Jars is
Ready to
healthy,
rock and roll.
ready to rock and roll tonight.
Simple as that.
Yeah, I know you went over injury updates, but
Yep.
in your mind, because I know you put the expected dates back in your article.
Yep.
Who do you think we're missing the most?
It sounds crazy to say. I gotta say it's gonna be Justin Brazeau. He's the glue to that second line. He's what makes that second line click, and you could tell Gino and Mantha are really dysfunctional without him. I find they had a little bit of tweak success with Novak, and then it disappeared, and they just haven't. I mean, I know sticking Kevin Hayes with them is the worst thing they could have done. That's one of the things I was talking about, which is poor deployment.
Yeah.
But
I knew that, Scott. I
think
know your mindset on Kevin Hayes.
everyone knows that, Ken. Yeah, everyone knows that. It's gonna be the same thing tonight. Like, Hayes will be in the second line tonight, unfortunately, with Gino, and he's gonna hunker that line down to no dear end.
So I know we talked about this previously, but what happens to Hayes whenever Braz comes back?
He's going to the fourth line. He's not going on the third line because that's Kindle's line. That's Kindle's line.
Do you think that there's value for him on that fourth line? Because I feel like that fourth line will skate circles around him.
Oh yeah, everyone on that fourth line would skate circles around him in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
I'm a firm believer on this podcast. I try to stay as open and biased as possible, but this is just a fan perspective coming out that Kevin Hayes is no longer an NHL hockey player.
I don't think you're alone there. I don't, and I know you're not alone on this podcast. I think that there was a time where his services may have been valued. I feel like on this team specifically,
he's not.
And yeah, I think once Brazeau comes back, he needs to go on the second line because that line with him on it was working so well. Not to mention it was what's the word here? He just knew where to be.
He did. It was insane.
Yeah, like he just always went to the right spot, and he knew how to close. Right, puck always went in the back of the net for him. So I don't want to drag on too long about it, but I think there's going to be some hard decisions made whenever Braz gets healthy, Rax gets healthy. When is he expected back? Is it
he's
end of December?
Mid to end December is his projected timeline. So not too shabby, but I think it all comes down to if he gets set back a bit, or he comes ahead of schedule, or he's just on par. I think it depends how his rehab is going.
Yeah, and I don't see them rushing him back.
Nope.
Like right as soon as he's able to, I could see like a week there of him getting his what's it called back? His like skating and everything back.
Like his legs?
Yeah, his legs back. What is that? What did they just send Rut down for? Conditioning. That's the word.
Conditioning?
That's the word I'm
You think they give him a little conditioning stint there in the A?
Yeah. Well, I don't think they'll do that to Rax, but I just
no.
Give him a week to get his conditioning back and get his legs under him.
Yeah, I agree. I think ideally that's probably where they'll want him to be. So I think it won't be too long when his conditioning stint probably will be a game or two, and then he'll be ready to roll.
Yeah. All right, you ready to move on to segment 2? Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Our first segment was pretty
serious.
down in the dumps and serious, and talking about the what all the fans have witnessed over the past few weeks has not been fun. So in terms of predictions for the rest of November, I know we only have a few games left in November. So how far out do you want to go here?
Do you want to do the rest of the 3, or do you want to expand to the first week of December?
I would say let's expand into the first week of December.
I think that'll say a lot to kind of where we think they may be come a week down the line, I'd say.
So that would be what, 6 total games?
Yes, correct.
All right, so we're at oh shoot, I'm looking at the wrong schedule here. All right, so we have Buffalo at home tonight. We have Columbus away on Friday. We have Toronto coming to Pittsburgh on Saturday. And then we have Philadelphia on Monday, or at Philly on Monday. And then we have
Tampa, they're doing their little Tampa game.
Wow. We have Tampa.
And then Dallas.
And then Dallas.
Dallas would be the last technical first game of the December month.
Yeah, then we have a home streak there.
5 games.
Whew, that's a tough 5 game. Anaheim, Montreal, San Jose, Utah, and Edmonton. Wow. All right.
Big stretch.
All right. So let's look at the end of November. So we are Buffalo tonight, 7 p.m., PPG Paints Arena. Scott, what do you got?
Now I've got a little bit of worry tonight, just because obviously that again, like we talked about, the Tage Thompson factor. He's notoriously good against Tristan Jarry. He knows every single weakness of Jarry. Except for that, I know obviously I'm afraid since we've seen them put 9 in the back of the net.
Against Chicago.
I'm going to say a win tonight. I don't know. I know Chicago. Chicago is technically a cusp of a wild card team, so like you can't take anything away from Chicago. So I'm going to give the Pens a win tonight, though.
Oh, okay.
Back.
So breaking that losing streak. I'm going to go an L tonight.
Yeah, I was feeling it out, but I don't know. I feel confident they can bounce back.
I feel like, and I said this, I think when we hit the end of October.
Yep.
I said they're going to have to hit a low before they bounce back.
That's a low right now.
And I think that tonight against Buffalo, if they lose this game, I think that will be a low.
That's the lowest low. You can't get lower than that.
A low.
Yeah.
So then we travel to Columbus, 7 o'clock puck drop at Columbus on Friday night. What do you got?
I got a W. Sid owns Columbus. He's taking over. Sid hat trick.
Oh, I like it.
He owns these guys. He owns them. I'm sorry, but it's hard not to predict the Sid hat trick. It's coming. It's coming. I feel it.
You know, I think Columbus is going to be. I think they're going to be a competitor this year.
They're a good hockey. They're a good hockey team, but do not take anything away from Columbus at all.
No, and I know you're not. You know, but I think we're going to get a W there. I just. And then Saturday,
Toronto.
We are playing Toronto at Pittsburgh. PPG Paints, 7 o'clock puck drop on Saturday.
Yeah.
What do you got? What did we do last time? We lost 3-4. That's right. We carried 3-0 into the
lead and choked it all away.
Yep, and choked in the third period. Gave up 4 goals. I think Jarry was in net that night.
Yeah, that's the game he got hurt, supposedly.
Yes. So,
the phantom injury.
Yep.
Now, I'm a little concerned with the Maple Leafs just because the Maple Leafs are really banged up right now. They're in a spot right now where they're not winning very many hockey games. They're not getting their goaltending. Stolarz is hurt. I know a lot of their guys are on IR. I know Tanev's out. Stolarz is out. With our luck, though, they'll probably all be back by the time the game rolls around, just because it just so happens against Pittsburgh that every single player comes back from injury mysteriously. If it isn't the case, though, and they're still banged up by then, I give Pittsburgh a win.
Wow. So you're going 3. We're going to finish the month of November with 3
strong. Yep.
Okay. All right. So that would actually... That would put us at 5 wins for the month, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So they'd go 5-7 on the month for me.
So I feel like Toronto might just be too much for the Pens.
Yeah.
I feel like we were able to compete with them last time. But I just feel like, that third period is stuck in my head where
Yeah, it's hard not to.
they controlled everything. So
They controlled the entire game. Toronto had no shots. They had no momentum, no shots, no nothing, and one penalty completely changed the entire structure of the game.
and we could not stop. Like Nylander was just
He was on a mission.
he was a man on a mission in the third period. Yeah, that 30 minutes was just some
Rough.
ugly hockey, and that was actually the start of the
Losing streak.
essential downfall of November. So,
Yep.
Okay, so going on to December.
They play on December 1st. They kick off to holiday season.
Yep.
In
Philadelphia.
2025. Philadelphia. Back in Philly? Come on.
Yep.
What kind of schedule making is this?
Back in Philly.
Throws the bone, man.
What do you got?
I don't know. I'm still haunted by the name Bobby Brink. I still think it's an AI generated made up name. It's like a soccer player. He plays in England. His name's Woot Weghorst. I think it's like a Harry Potter character. His name. Same with Bobby Brink. I think it's some Harry Potter type AI made up name, but I'm haunted by his name, so I'm going to say an L. I think it's
An
Philly.
L. All right. I'm going the opposite.
It's a big rivalry, but I don't know.
I think we go there and win.
Okay. I would love if they did that. Love if they do that.
So would I. And I know, it's a huge rivalry for Sid. Well, for everybody, but especially Sid and Gino. I think that they just go in there and take care of business. I hope it's a good start to December. Tampa Bay. We are in Tampa Bay. 7:00 puck drop on Thursday of the first week of December. What do you got?
Tampa's notoriously they do well against Tampa, I find. In Tampa, they win some and they lose some. They lose big time or they win a close game. I'm going to, I think this is the first time they're playing an away game against Jake the Snake Gensel. So,
Oh wow.
I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, when he got traded to Carolina, they didn't play him on the road. They only played him at home. So this is their first time kind of playing Gensel when he's with this new home team. So I'm going to give them a dub. I think Tampa's got a little lucky lately. They have been playing good hockey though. But I think they're good against Tampa. They can take Tampa.
Yeah, I think we go there and kind of handle business. I have no reason to believe we will. I think I'm just kind of going with a
feeling.
You hit that bottom of the barrel and your only way is up. So let's hope that they can go down to Tampa and take care of business there. And then we head over to my former hometown. Yeah, I lived in Dallas for 10 years. Yeah, 10 years for work, and then moved back to Pittsburgh. I was born in Pittsburgh. Lived here for 20 years. Moved to Dallas. Actually moved to Southern California for 2 years, and then to Dallas for 10, and then back here to Pittsburgh about 8 years ago. That just showed my age. So we're in Dallas, 6 p.m. puck drop at American Airlines Center in Dallas. They
kept their name.
They have been playing some really good hockey.
Oh man, did you see what happened last night? What they did to the Oilers?
Yeah,
that was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, they are 14-5-4 right now.
Yeah, they're an incredible this year. Once again, on par.
Robertson's 8 goals right now, 11 points. Looks like Seguin has 6 assists right now. They got Casey DeSmith, former Penguin.
They might start him that game, to be honest with you. You might see it happen.
Yeah, he's 4-1-2 right now. Ottinger's 10-4-2 right now, with the 2.7 goals against and a .900 save percentage.
Oof.
So
they're a team. They're a team on a mission.
I'm taking an L. There's no way.
I was gonna
think
say, Al, the moment I saw that was coming up, they were gonna lose that game.
it's the end of a multi-game road.
They're gonna be tired. They're not gonna want to. They're not gonna want to be there. That's one of those ones where they'll probably get hit down like a 6 or 7-0 game.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like they're gonna get absolutely just handled.
Yeah.
Looking forward to coming home and December. Look, we have games almost every other day.
Yep.
At least through Christmas. We basically have games every other day, so it's gonna be a fun December.
Yep.
We play some good teams. Anaheim's on a roll. Edmonton, Utah, Montreal. Surprisingly, Montreal, their goaltender's been
lights out.
I remember I picked him. I got made fun of for picking him in
Picking
fantasy.
Montembeault.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got a good tandem there with Montembeault and Dobesh. So yeah, it's gonna be a little scary.
Yep.
I mean, we play them 3 times this month, so
yeah,
all 3 meetings this month of December, a home and home, and then a game to start the season against them as well. So yeah, safe to say we're gonna be seeing a lot of the Montreal Canadiens this month. They're gonna be right there in our faces.
Yeah. So Scott, you have them going 4-2 over the next 6 games, which I would appreciate that. So
yeah, I think we all would.
Please, that would be amazing. And then I have them going the exact opposite. Once again, we are never on the same page.
Never a bad thing.
I have them going 2-4.
2-4.
Yeah.
I think ideally, as they're playing right now, 2-4 is probably respectable.
It's not respectable, but I think for their game, any wins that we can muster right now would be a positive. What do we need to do? Like on a real note, like what is it? We just need to get healthy. Is it? This is just who we are.
I think it's a mix of healthiness, and they need to kind of re-gel.
Yeah.
To what they were doing before, they need to get back to that style of hockey.
I've been looking at the roster, and you've been a big proponent of opening my eyes to, like, yes, we have a youth movement right now, but the way that we are deploying some of the older vets,
it doesn't work.
It's not working. Yeah, no. And so I've been looking at that too, and I think that could be a big piece of it, right? Like Koivunen, he hasn't really stepped up. I know he's getting his chances lately.
He's snake bitten, man. He's one of those players where once he gets his first goal, he'll zoom.
Yeah. I know Kindle's been playing great, but he's been kind of bouncing back and forth. Hollander's out, obviously, and Bras coming up. I want to see that youth movement. I want to see that youth energy again that we saw at the beginning of the year. I want to see people grinding for their jobs, like we saw at the beginning of the year. I feel like we have a few people in there right now that are
not doing that.
Yeah, kind of complacent with
just being mediocre
with their career. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Nothing else to prove. Kind of just that's who they are. Like take Graves, for example. He went down, he improved, he's back up. Like he looks like a serviceable defenseman right now.
Which is good. I'm surprised a lot by it.
I am very surprised as well. Not everyone did that, right? Not everyone does that.
The Heinens, the Koppinens, the Hayes, the Dumbas, the Cliftons, they're not doing their job.
What are your thoughts on Poulin?
I think it's safe to say I think he's a bust in confidence. I think to say he's a bust.
I'm interested.
It's a big word to use, but he hasn't done anything for me that's say, oh, there's potential there.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen anything from him that proves to me that there's enough there.
I'm really interested to see how he plays over the next kind of 5 games.
Yeah.
Give him a game or two to get his feet under him. But I really want to see these guys step up and
I do.
start taking advantage.
I'm not here to prey on their downfall. I'm here to see. I want to see them succeed. I'm not here to poop on them and just say, "Oh, I hope you suck." That's not. That's far from what I hope they do. I want every single player on this team to succeed. But it's the way they're being deployed and the way they're performing under their deployments. These guys are getting opportunities. They're not doing anything with them.
Yeah.
That's why this team is losing hockey games and they're leaving points on the board. And like I said, with injuries, I have the active injury list as of right now. Justin Brazeau has been upgraded from week to day to day.
Woo! That's huge.
So
all right,
Brazer is he's on his way back. You can tell he's kind of mustering his rehab a bit. He's skating, which is good. You can tell he's kind of just, I think it's more getting his legs back. But right now, Rickard Rakell is still listed as week to week. So I think that's kind of what we expected. He's probably gonna be week to week for another 1 to 2 weeks, I think, at best, and then you'll see he'll kind of go to the day-to-day status. And then Jackson Ivany and Noel Charlie are currently listed as day-to-day. Caleb Jones is listed as week to week still, and then Hollander is month to month at the moment. So
yeah, I would. I hate to even bring up Hollander's name. He's I hope he just rests and get better.
He needs to, that's so important.
I hope the best for him, and I'll keep everybody updated if we hear anything else on him. But really happy to hear about Braz and Achari being day to day. I know that they've been skating in non-contact jerseys, but looking forward to seeing Braz back. I think he's going to be a big piece.
Big piece,
I keep repeating it.
It's true. You're not wrong, Ken. Like, he's a glue to that second line. It's the thing that keeps that thing going.
I think even just
skating,
just having his presence there again. Those 3 guys know what to do and know where to go and how to play with each other. Right? Like it's going to be key when he comes back to get those 2 together. All right. So anything else, Scott?
I'd say that's it. I think there's just, it's right now we're looking at bounce back. How do they bounce back from the big media outpour from Muser, and how do they respond from getting shellacked from Minnesota and losing out on a crucial point where they had a lead in the game against Seattle? That's what's, I think, is important for me. I think that's kind of where I'm going to be looking at tonight. Like, visually, how do they respond with the on-ice product? How does the coach respond? And how does Jars respond after being out so long?
Yeah, that's so Jari is going to be eye-opening. I'll see. Yeah, I mean,
it's a wait and see. It's a wait and see factor right now. We're speculating, we're spitballing, but ideally, it's what the on ice product is tonight is what we'll circle back to.
I really hope Jars takes advantage of this. It's not even every chance he's on the ice is an opportunity. We just need to see him come in and play with consistency, and be the goalie that he can be. Let's see how they bounce back tonight and through the weekend.
Into December. Yeah, because they got a big month coming up. It's a big crucial swing month for them.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And if we keep going down this road, it's going to be really hard to come back. And especially with Jersey and Carolina leading the way in this division.
Yeah, and they're kind of taking away with it now. They're kind of running away with it a bit, which the Penguins at one point were running away with points a bit. They had a couple 4 to 5 point lead on some teams, and that dwindled away pretty quickly. So it's safe to say that you got to win every game in this division, otherwise you're going to pay the price.
Yeah, and the schedule doesn't get easier. I'm looking at January. A lot harder. January's schedule is, we play Detroit, New Jersey, Tampa Bay, Boston, Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver, Chicago, New York. I mean, there's some tough teams on this
Tough team.
January.
Yep.
So it is not going to get easier for us.
Oh.
Awesome. Well, let's see how they bounce back tonight. Stay tuned. I will post updates. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please subscribe to Pittsburgh's DSEN YouTube channel for real-time updates on player and coach interviews. I post them right after the game. And then, connect with Scott. Scott is a writer and journalist for the Pittsburgh Penguins. I am a credentialed reporter for the Pittsburgh Penguins, and we kind of go at this together. So connect with Scott at Scott_PITTDSEN, and you can connect with me on X at Ken_PITTDSEN. Thank you again for joining and listening to Pittsburgh's DSEN Pens Weekly Update with Scott and Ken. We will see you next week.
21 to the neck up. He scores! Incredible goal!